Hello, good morning and welcome to another adventure in Prague. It is day 2 and we're on the hunt for some breakfast. Hello, good morning and welcome to a bit of a drizzly day in Prague. It's only lightly spitting, but so glad we did the boat cruise yesterday while the sun was beaming down on us. So we're going to start the day with, what, Tig?
Some breakfast.
Yar! So let's go and find some. I think there's this place that's supposed to be quite good called Bistro and hopefully get something very, very tasty. I've got a tip for Prague. If you're going there, bring walking shoes because it's very much cobbledy streets, and after a while doing a lot of walking through the city, if you're just in your trainers it can get a bit sore. So that is my tip. Oh, and a penis. Got a nice morning willy there. That's not the sort of breakfast I was thinking of, but okay. We headed to our breakfast spot, which was a 15-minute walk from our hotel. We decided to have breakfast at Bistro, a lovely cafe that bakes fresh bread every day and has eggs brought fresh from the farm 3 times a week. We started off with some drinks. I got an iced latte and Tig had a yellow chai latte.
So I got a yellow chai latte. It's a chai latte with turmeric in it.
Oh my god.
Even if I spelled it myself.
He did like the taste of it. To eat, I had some delicious blueberry pancakes and Tig had eggs benedict, and the food was so good. So that was a delicious breakfast, really good. Thankfully we got there nice and early because it started to fill up and a big line started to form, so if you do want to go there early is my tip. Next we made our way to the other side of the river as we decided to visit the church where the Child of Prague is located. So I'm walking along a place that's very prevalent with trams, so we're heading to the church of the Child of Prague, so we're going to make our way there. Got to do a bit of Catholic shenanigans and check out this lovely cathedral. In Ireland there's a lot of devotion to the Child of Prague, so I'm going to do this for my nan. Apparently, from what my dad was saying, they say if you put some money under the foot of the Child of Prague, you'll never struggle for cash. Located right in the Church of Our Lady of Victory is the Child of Prague statue, which dates back to the 16th century. This is a beautiful church, so come on, what are we waiting for? Let's go inside. Let's go in. According to legend, the design of the statue of Prague was based on a vision a monk who saw Jesus as an infant then created the statue. Funnily enough, in Ireland, the Child of Prague is synonymous with weddings, and often people leave the statue outside in the garden to ensure a sunny day on your wedding. After our time at the church, we travelled to the most bizarre building I have ever seen. It's called the Dancing House, and it's so strange and trippy. You can actually go right up to the top of this building, as there's a bar and lookout area where you can see views of the city. But we're going to a better lookout point that David recommended. We're going to do that tomorrow, so watch this space. So now we're headed to a bar that Rachel, Tig's sister, hey Rachel if you ever watch this, she recommended when she was in Prague. So we're going to go there now and grab ourselves a nice beer. Wait for me, wait for me! Oh yeah, he always loves running ahead, don't you? Even though I asked him to. Welcome to Vysehrad, a traditional bar with lots of character and live music. It's crazy here. They just come around with endless drinks and you can say yay or nay basically. They mark down, you know, what you've had and you pay at the end. So yeah, it's an experience.
I think it's pretty cool.
This is the sort of place you can get very drunk very quickly.
They're making me nervous.
Hi.
Hi. Honey mead.
Oh, mead?
Mead, herbal, bekerovka, cinnamon. Stronger cinnamon, honey, soft and sweet.
I'll go for the honey.
The honey? Yes. Enjoy.
Do you want to go for the stronger?
can you?
I'll take one of the strong ones.
So Tig reluctantly grabbed the shot called Vysehrad, which is 79% alcohol. It has a ginger and cinnamon taste, and oh my god, this was so strong, which I found out soon enough for myself. Next it was on to the mead, which was so delicious and sweet and had a lovely honey taste. Like the honey and vanilla. Feel the warming in my tummy.
First time I've ever tried mead. Oh, it's just heavenly, it's delicious. Oh wow.
So Rachel, thank you. Cheers. Heading off somewhere. It's a bit of a surprise for Tig because it's coming up to his birthday. So I thought I'd give him something that he doesn't know is happening. A little surprise, because all the other things we kind of knew about. This one I managed to sneak without him noticing. Next it was a visit to the beer spa, where as soon as we arrived we were invited to pour ourselves a pint. Can you guys tell I've worked at a bar before? So the beer is called Vyšehrad. It's very tasty and refreshing. After our welcome beer, we made our way down to our private room where we'll be having our treatment.
We use hot water, and then we add beer with czech hops and yeast. This bath is really good for your skin because it contains lots of vitamin B, and hops also works as a peeling for your skin. If you want the best effect, we recommend to don't take a shower for at least 2 hours after the bath, but it's up to you.
Okay, cool. Oh wow, look at it. Right, time for our treatment to begin. So guys, I'm not going to pan down because I'm not wearing anything, I'm completely naked, so you don't want to see that. But they've got, look, beer here. So you've got 25 minutes to have as much beer as you can. You get a welcome beer anyway when you come in. Cheers, this is such a unique experience. And apparently this is really good for your skin as well. Let's see how it does for our skin. Cheers. How are you finding it too?
Oh, it's amazing. It's so relaxing. And I've also never been soaked inside yeast and hops before. So that's a first.
So you're drinking hops and you're soaked in hops.
Exactly.
See if you're going to try some of the beer, and I'll hold it for you there so you can get your hands free.
I'm going to try it with butter because I'm into butter.
He's into butter.
Wow.
Pretty good.
There's so much flavour going on here. It's not like ordinary bread at all. It's really, tastes quite intense. Rich bread. I don't know how to explain that. It's delicious.
Just ended up covering myself in straw. Straw breads have their pros and their cons. But it's very comfortable, I'll give it that. Very comfortable. But, well, I made the best. There's nothing elegant about me getting into the straw bed, honestly. It's just me flailing around and covering myself with straw. It was a lovely 25 minutes in that bath. Very relaxing. So chilled, and my skin feels really soft afterwards as well, so see you guys later. So we're gonna make our way to Vysehrad, which is a lovely church area and monument to a king and his horse Shank, and we're gonna go and explore there a little bit. It's supposed to be quite beautiful and it's on David's hit list, so we're gonna go there next. So Hormir had a loyal and intelligent horse called Shank. Many farmers in Hormir's village began obsessing with mining in the hopes of finding treasure and abandoned their farming as a result. Hormir protested this and the miners burnt down his house. In retribution, Hormir and some followers burnt down the miners' village. Hormir was caught and sentenced to death. Just before he was about to be executed, Hormir asked if he could ride Schenk one last time around Vysehrad. His wish was granted and he hopped onto the back of Schenk, whispering into the horse's ear. Soon after, the horse charged at the walls and jumped over them, sliding down the rock face and riding Hormir to freedom. The ride exhausted Schenk, who was now dying. The horse then spoke to Hormir and asked for a tomb to be built. The tomb no longer stands, however, it is said that Schenk sleeps in the rocks of Vysehrad, ready to answer the call whenever his help is needed. This is Vysehrad Cemetery, and apparently there are so many famous people buried here, from what David said, so let's go inside. This is the Church of St. Peter and Paul, and it's absolutely beautiful. This church was founded in 1070 by a Czech king called Vysehrad II. Second church of the day. The whole area of Vyšehrad is so beautiful and definitely worth a visit. It's full of narrow streets and parks, and is the perfect place to escape the kind of bustle of the city. There's even a fort on the grounds, which sadly we didn't get to visit today. So there's a cool little view spot here of the river, and I'm just dangling my legs. Ooh. This is such a beautiful area. Sun is shining. It's a lovely sunny afternoon. I'm just taking those roads. We're going to go down and you can see a bit more of a sort of panoramic of Prague. But for now, this is me up on this little archway. The views from the top of Vyšehrad were so beautiful. When we got to the bottom, we noticed there were quite a few bars along the river. As it was such a sunny afternoon, we thought why not stop in this bar and take in these views. This bar is calling us. Oops. I'm going to cross over and get onto the boat.
I'm a little bit tired. I had a very peculiar night's sleep. I think I drank too much beer. Imagine.
This is a cool little bar. We've both got our legs dangling over the edge. And the table spins. Kind of handy, you can just spin the table around. We thought it's time to go to cocktails. I think we've had so much beer now, I think we need to upgrade. Or downgrade, depending on how you look at it. But I think upgrade. It's an upgrade. So after me and Tig finished our foot sword fight, we relaxed on the water and took in the beautiful views. After soaking in the sun, we hopped on a tram and made our way to the old town, stumbling upon a shisha bar which we had to try out. We absolutely loved the vibe in this place, it was so cool. Anyway, it was getting late and we were hungry, so let's get some food. So we decided to try a place that serves traditional Czech food, and we've come to here. It's called Inglet, or Unglet. As the restaurant was quite full, we opted to sit outside instead. So it's a lovely setting to try some Czech food. So we've already ordered. Put my jacket on because it's a little bit nippy now, but it is about 9:30 at night, so that'll be why. But it's amazing, it's still bright here. It's beautiful. Hi. We were given a complimentary champagne jelly, and we had some bread and olive oil. For my main, I had corn chicken praline, green asparagus, spinach gnocchi, and then Tig had beef tenderloin steak, creamy vegetable sauce, some cool looking dumplings. Both dishes were amazing. We managed to save enough room for white chocolate soup with forest fruit and ice cream, and it was so tasty. I would give that meal a 10 out of 10. Back to our hotel after another amazing day. This city does not sleep. It is a perfect place to come if you want to chill, to party, to whatever you want. It's got everything here, so it's amazing. I love it. Next time we travel to the highest point in the city and watch as robots take over Prague. So thanks so much for watching. Until next time guys, take care and we'll see you soon.